Welcome back to RecipesNY. Today, we are tackling a kitchen classic, easy sourdough bread. If you have ever dreamed of baking a bakery-style loaf with that signature crispy crust and airy center, you are in the right place. Even if you are a complete beginner, I will guide you through every step to ensure your first loaf is a success. To get started, you only need 4 basic ingredients: active sourdough starter, bread flour, warm water, and sea salt. It is amazing how such simple pantry staples can transform into something so flavorful. For the best results, try to use a high-quality bread flour to give your loaf that perfect structure and chew. We begin by mixing the active sourdough starter into warm water until it is completely dissolved. Once it is milky and bubbly, gradually stir in your flour and salt. Keep mixing until a shaggy, rough dough forms. Do not worry about it looking perfect right now, we just want everything to be evenly hydrated. Now, move your dough onto a clean surface for kneading. Use a series of stretches and folds, working the dough until it starts to feel smooth and gains some elasticity. This process develops the gluten, which is what traps those beautiful air bubbles. If it feels a bit sticky, try not to add too much extra flour, as a wetter dough often leads to a softer crumb. Place your dough into a lightly greased bowl and cover it with a damp cloth. Now comes the part that requires a bit of patience, the first rise. Let it rest until it has roughly doubled in size. This slow fermentation is where that iconic tangy sourdough flavor really begins to develop. Once the dough has risen, it is time for a few more folds. Gently pull the edges up and tuck them into the center. This helps strengthen the dough structure and encourages the formation of large air pockets. This simple artisan technique is the secret to getting that professional look at home. Next, we shape the loaf. Gently pull the edges underneath to create a tight, round ball with a smooth surface. Be careful not to deflate all the air bubbles you worked so hard to create. Place your shaped dough into a proofing basket or a bowl lined with a floured towel to hold its shape. The dough needs one final rest before it hits the heat. This second proof allows the texture to lighten even further. You will know it is ready when the dough feels puffy and springs back slowly when you give it a very gentle poke. Just before baking, use a sharp blade or a bread lane to make a shallow cut across the top. This is called scoring. It is not just for decoration, it controls how the bread expands in the oven, preventing it from cracking in random places and giving it that beautiful artisan finish. Slide your dough into a preheated oven. As it bakes, you will see the crust turn a deep, golden brown while the interior stays light and tender. The smell of fresh bread will quickly fill your entire home. Make sure to bake it until the crust sounds hollow when tapped, ensuring it is perfectly cooked through. When it is finished, resist the urge to cut into it immediately. Place the loaf on a wire rack and let it cool completely. Slicing too early can cause the steam to escape too quickly, making the inside feel a bit gummy. Giving it an hour to rest is definitely worth the wait. Fresh sourdough is incredibly versatile. You can serve it simply with salted butter or jam, or use it as a base for avocado toast and gourmet sandwiches. It also pairs beautifully with a warm bowl of soup or a plate of artisanal cheeses. For the best success, always make sure your starter is active and bubbly before you begin. If you have leftovers, store the bread in a paper bag to keep the crust crisp. If you cannot finish it in a few days, slice it up and freeze it so you can have fresh sourdough toast whenever the craving hits. And there you have it, your very own homemade sourdough bread. It is crispy, airy, and packed with flavor. If you found this guide helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to RecipesNY for more kitchen tutorials. Happy baking, and I will see you in the next recipe.